what happens. As I think, like I was trying to highlight before, Lato and Dumas are going to be the important pieces here for this Legacy squad, especially when they come in on this T side to try and find some space. But Lucky's going to get the opener here. And then Graviti, the follow-up. It's back and forth a little bit, but Nissa needs to isolate the Sandbags player. And, well, the trades are not going to favor them at all. 3D Max have a 3v1.
What do you got, Lux? What do you got? What can you cook? Trying to chase down this fight with Body, isolated early. He knows that he's got this player pinned into new box and baiting out the peak. We'll find the kill, but don't know if Lux is prepared for this rotation. Yeah, fast on the flank, 2 players up banana, making sure that bomb doesn't get planted down. Admittedly, they've drawn out some of the CT util, but you can see there's still relatively full belts on Maka and XSC. The lack of the smokes might be costly, but as the rotation comes back in, they've got all the numbers on B. They are reading this. And now the nades start to go over. It's punitive, it's punishing, and Legacy, they have no presence brackets, so it feels like they're going to be very committed in towards this setup. A fight back in with the MP9s, tight angles, good flashes. It's messy, but look at the damage that's been done onto Dumal and Sadzin. This MP9 overextends. Graviti loath to let Dumal out of the corner, but perhaps might have been better served with a little bit of patience. Now Legacy are coming back to check mid. They're anticipating the flank, but it's 24 seconds. I mean, John, they don't have time for this, so they're going to go loud.
Yeah.
And XSC hears everything. He's going to whiff on the first. It's a tough fight to take. Stays alive. Total mash of that one made. And now, suddenly, with almost no time to spare, they might just be able to get this bomb planted. They do indeed. Maka has a chance at the clutch and through the smoke. Oh my goodness. Following the tracers, he's now given himself a 1v1. Maka making a mess of Legacy's post plant before that bomb even went down. Sadzin will withdraw deep into the pit. Maka may not believe that he risked the cross. There's no util to clear him out. It has to be done with the guns, but Maka has a good idea. Sniff him out. There's the spot. Sadzin didn't get it on the first face. Now time is low. Maka cannot capitalize, cannot finish off a massive clutch. The top of banana. Still an opportunity given to Legacy when it was looking like they were pretty stuck. They need to make the most of it here, and Graviti's going to redeem himself on this first phase. Player in the cubby. There's one more Molotov. Does Dumal want to commit that to taking out Maka? Seems like no, they'll save it for the pit. Thinks up, Lato low. And Maka continuing to collect. These bodies, they're hitting the ground. And 3D Max come back in with a clean sweep. Earlier brackets control though, a minute and a half on the board. Now they've still got some meaningful space. And I swing out, mistimed. And Exorcist down as well means that this defense is gone. This is likely a save, though. Lucky catching one. Immediately gets traded out. Nissim knows his angles. And this should definitely be a save. They look like they want to go for it, though. There's money to spare. But we know how quickly that economy can get away from you. Look at the damage that's been done on Lato and Suds, and suddenly this gets very different. Assassination in the apartments. Nissim had no idea. This should not be happening. Should be one of the most bang-on site defenses you have in the game of Counter-Strike, and now instead, Legacy have put themselves on islands.
Oh, no.
And alone they will fall. Body patient on this angle. Sadzin, what you got revealed and eliminated. A 2-on-4 retake that we were questioning the decision-making on turns into a round win for 3D Max.
And I mean, look, it's an impressive retake, but still, Legacy should have been a little better set up for that.
Perhaps. 2-player spot going towards banana early means that util's going to come sailing over. That's a hell of a shot out from Sadzin. He's thinking, let me get that up. Let me get that. Oh. He's going to take it a second. What happened there was he saw Exorcis's elbow before he actually had to face the corner, so a little bit of a poor angling on that fight, and now A is completely lost. And this time there's no way. There's no way. There shouldn't have been a way last time. But this time I'm going to confidently double down and say really no way, John. This one's all about Sadzin. And he's going to get a little up action for his efforts.
Yeah, and it wasn't a full buy either coming through from Legacy. This is a great chance to build up some bank. And
you think he swished it around?
I don't think so. I think he just probably
Melt some cherry.
We'll fight in the smoke here. Body's right on it. Lux didn't realize. Body had better vision. So let's see. The question is, can they get Body out? Saving Private Body, unsuccessful. And committed into the sandbags is such a risk. 3D Max, they love an all-in. Love to keep fighting fire with fire, and now Gravity has to do some work if they're gonna retake this site. Not gonna be successful. 1 for 1, not a deal here. So that means we will see a third round on the board for Legacy, and what once looked to be a vaunted economy here from 3D Max. They're still sustaining. Deep Banana as well, though that's not really going to do much because they already passed it. Nade's trying to punish. They're trying to play a 4-1. So it's 4 players towards A. It's just going to be Body to disguise this with as much utility as possible. Needs to get that smoke out quickly, and with Gardini lost, this aggression from 3D Max is still coming through. XOC's trying to take the flank, but they're already getting purchase on towards B. Body's in a lot of trouble. Lucky catches one on the flank. That's just going to coax them further in towards this B site. Now they're realizing there's no actual defenders. Everybody's locked on the wrong side of a smoke, and as that bomb crosses, the last chance to do anything about it might have slipped on by. Detail's not ideal. A kill here would open things up, but it goes the wrong way for 3D Max. Zine overwhelmed behind the car, gets 2 chances, but can't land either. And so the retake is well and truly on, and Lato, trying to take some space in response, is punished. Means that this is getting downright interesting. Dumao and Lux both below half. Neither one feeling too comfortable with their position. Lux here at the new box. Can he find a kill as they swing to deal with his teammate? Yes, he can, but a trade is instant. It's on to Dumao. They've got a good idea where he's at. Someone needs to hop onto this defuse. But an angle on the diffuser, and Dumao can spray down both.
They're now looking for their 7th to cap off the half. And this time, going to the B side, trying to mix things up a little bit. And it will be Maka catching the first, Mike. Yeah, Legacy being given this control down Banana because Utils run dry on the 3D Max side, but Maka's holding the line. He already had the first one. If he hits a second, it could be curtains for the round, and there is that second. They've got support on the site proper. 2 players there. This makes it so much more difficult for Legacy to crack through. They're trying to use the smokes to their advantage to work their way into the site, and they do. Sadzine and Nissim get a couple back, 3v3. Now a plant becomes very viable.
I'm down. Maka trying to find that player in the smoke, but it's Graffiti instead who does. A pinch back in. Maka peering over. Both these players stuck in the pool. Playing together. Eyes on the line, but Maka's got the good idea. Well, they don't know where this last is. They don't know where this last is. Oh, Maka's on top of him. Maka's on top of him. And shot straight through the digestive tract of Maka. Bring us to the half.
Wow. That's crazy, given the way things started out for 3D Max.
Yeah, massive. They never expected the double pool. I mean, it's a wild post plant. There's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't love it, especially if your opponents have util. If there's like a molly coming in, it's rumbled, but they took a risk and it paid off. And Sudzin, busy paying rent here in the apartments, though he'll find that that bill gets a little expensive. Trade out. But a fact-finding mission does bring some information about where 3D Max might be trying to go. 3 players here in defense. Just Lato holding the line down Banana. Though Lato was about to have company over. Boss the first. That was the bomb with him as well, so he's got a pretty good idea that the stack might be headed his way. He's backing away. Eventually, Duma's going to start this rotation, but that's what they were hoping to bait out for 3D Max. Having not got that initial kill, they swing this pendulum back towards A, and it means pressure on for Lux here under the porch. Manages to escape with his life at the very least. Buys a little extra time for his teammates to get back into position, and now Nissim from the graveyard tries to add some bodies to it. The swing back in, Nissim connects to the tune of 1, but a second taken with Lux. Means now the balance of the arithmetic favors 3D Max. Bomb down. And Legacy thinking again. These pistol rounds, man.
Wow, no kidding.
See if we can get one.
You still haven't won one at Dallas.
Lato. Trying to poke back in. Jumao connects. There's that couple of kills. Now it's up to the clutch from Lucky. Oh, they don't have the kit, but Lato gets on in the nick of time, and it will be a pistol round, one for Legacy. The curse is broken.
8th round for them. That does make it 7 in a row. And 3D Max are forcing up that, hoping that their fortunes can change in this round, because if they don't, Legacy will be on to double digits. I'm wondering, Mike, if Legacy saw something in that Gamer Legion matchup where 3D Max did lose 8-13 on this map, and they said, okay, this is where we want to exploit. And that could be the reason why we ended up. Oh boy, Lato with 2 onto Maka and Lucky.
Possible. Working out pretty well for them right now.
Oh, yeah.
As they look to stack on a 9th round. And of course, if 3D Max can't get a bomb plant out of this, they're going to be in the doldrums, have to take the eco, and suddenly we're looking at double digits. And 3D Max playing up against the lead. Molly claimed. Seems like they are going to commit to this B exec. No information on the other side of the map with 45 seconds. You wonder if Lux starts to float. He's thinking about it. Oh, Jumao spotted. They wanted that headshot, but the chase for Exorcist actually lures him right into Lato, and now the reposition can come through, and Lato tracking tracers. 3D Max have just totally given it up. Jumao was the bait, but Lato was the kicker. I mean, any damage here would be nice, but there is no escape. It's a full-on ace in defense of B.
There's that incendiary tossed immediately to kick off the round here.
Nice opener for Jumao. Playing his angles. The nades can chase. It's not a bad exchange. Sadzim with that AWP wants to dip back in towards short. Holding the line for the moment. There's players here. Could get overwhelmed. That's the bomb drop, but the trade is there. Bomb can be picked up. It's all into Nissim now. His teammates are not close at hand, so Nissim needs to do some work. He loves his graveyard spot. He's going to get 2 out of it. That is a hell of an effort coming through. Bomb can be planted. XTC has the space to do this. But a 1v2 clutch, perhaps for the fate of 3D Max, now on his shoulders. Has the right idea. Repositioning. Ready for this short fight. Gets out on the boxes, puts them on a line, spots the second as well. Now flashbang for the fight. Forces Lux back. And he's tagging, and he's fragging. Exorcist will keep them pedaling here in IEM Dallas. He is on the wrong side of the map to do so, as it seems like this might be a faster play from 3D Max, getting back to their bread and butter, trying to create space here. Lucky, looking to just overwhelm this site, but if they go through, Lux could have an opportunity here. He will indeed. Spray down 3, and suddenly this round is on. 3D Max, they wanted to just get this over and done with, and they might be, but not in the way they were hoping. Maka through the smoke. Trying to bring this one back into the realms of possibility, with 2 players unarmored. I mean, XRC could vaporize them as soon as you like. Molotov for the new box. Just gonna force Lux wide, but no one's peeking on it through the smoke.
Oh my God.
There's that spray down. And just as quickly as it began, things are settling back down. Maka's gone to the rifle. Nissim on the flank, but is still Jumao with that A1S. They don't know about this A1S yet. They don't know about the rifle. So if there's a chance to be a hero, Nissim will pick his position to make this one base pistol as effective as possible. But it's up to Jumao to give him the opportunity. A double peek in. That's well handled. And now Nissim really is getting to get a bit fortunate on the timing. Could get a rifle. Picks it up. No audio cue given up. Exorcist in the corner, but Maka on the swing. And it will not be disaster today for 3D Max. No white flag waving. They are fighting all the way.
And the USP for Nissim, I think they really want to try and have that op out as much as possible, even though I don't believe it was out in that previous round. Nade's going to get tossed here. by 3D Max. Nice pick from Lotto, and he collects 2. Graviti and Maka gone. Exorciste does get 1 back, and now it looks like he wants to try and get a second, but its body's going to get that. So back down to a 3v3. But they're getting these great openings, our Legacy. They just can't seem to gain control of the round off of them, Mike.
Lotto created space. His teammates' desperation for the guns may be costing them, but let's see. There's still that hero rifle. There's still that threat, and they know Lotto's nearby. .3D Max really putting some air in this one. Hoping that another aggressive move's going to come through. Going to give them that numbers advantage. It's not to be, though. Lotto's content to chill. You could tell... You might be wondering, why is he not playing in towards the deep pit? It's because he doesn't have a smoke. And he knows that if a molly came through, he would be in a lot of trouble. So has to risk maybe a slightly less advantageous position here in Mini. Give him a little bit more awareness. A little bit more control. And a much lower likelihood of getting mollied into oblivion. Has he seen him? Oh, there's body. There's that spot. There's that shot. Nicely done. Lotto, again, holding the line. So much damage done. Can't quite take it all. No second ace for you, Lotto, but he got damn close to it. And now it's up to Dumao and Sudzin to try and make some magic happen. Molotov retrieved, AK with it for Sudzin. That Molotov gonna be deadly for Lucky. Has to go on top of the box. 1 HP, and now he's alone. Now he's the only defender, and Sudzin can find the shot necessary. So Lotto walks.
I mean, this is another big round for Legacy. It was great to get that one. Managed to clutch through and get the 11th on what was a half-buy. Now, this one would be even bigger. Would break the bank of 3D Max. Lotto. Dumao waiting here at the B site. Dumao dodges the flash, gets 1, but only 1. Traded out immediately. There is support available in Lotto towards this B site. He's going to throw the smoke down. Try to delay them a little bit. They have the flash. They might want to go for this because the util's so dry now that the B site is probably the best idea, just to hit it right here, Mike.
Lotto, the man. Oh, he can't finish his food this time. Swaps too soon, so it's good damage onto 2, but a kill on neither. Sudzin at least can bring 1 through the smoke, but that could have been the moment. That could have been another huge impact moment. Instead, the Opno swings out, and Sudzin plucks another low health player. But a kill not to be found.
Bomb has been planted.
Miss him.
Whoa.
Collects and Lux cleans it up. Map point found. It seemed like this might be the moment where they fail, but in the one moment where Lotto can't do it all himself.
In favor of Legacy, they got 4 opportunities to close this one out. Money, as mentioned, is kind of broken for 3D Max. They have to settle for a couple of Tech 9s, and 3 Galil's util is the biggest problem. As being short-handed there, T-side Inferno, not what you want. But Maka opens it up with a frag onto Lux. He has been so good despite the scoreline here for 3D Max.
Has been. But it's just not enough.
Yeah.
They need more. They take the risk, they take the gamble, they get the information, and well, then they come back. And a smoke up is going to contain 3D Max. They'll have to burst through this. But by the time they do, it's still just Dumao. Sudzin has gone back. So how much of an appetite do they have to making something happen here? Dumao plucks the 1, the second as well.
Break.
Wicked timing on the utility. And now he's creating a tunnel to potentially get back through, which means they have to feel the threat. It's going to slow them down a touch. Still, the bomb gets planted, but Maka is low. They have very little to defend with. Just 3 Galils. It may be a slow retake because Nissim wants to take his time getting back up Banana. Seems wary that a flank could be on. But he needs to get a move on. His teammates are ready to execute. Nissim now is not the time for patience. This is the time to put this round and this map to rest. First player found from Lucky. Lotto strikes in. But they're missing that banana element. And it means that Lucky has a chance for the isolated 1v1. He's got it as well. And now there's just no time. I don't know what Nissim was waiting for, but he's waited too long. He's going to be backing away from this. Lucky will go up and smoke, but the round is there for 3D Max.
Or maybe not. Maybe they just see what the rifles do and then keep the money for the last round. That could also be a legitimate play for them, but it will limit them immensely on utility. getting aggressive, wins the first fight up against Graviti. That's great. Falls back, and we can't forget that Legacy have actually been pretty good when their guns have been limited. A couple of rounds where one they almost won, and the other one where they did pull through.
Forces them to make some dynamic moves, and
Yes.
the timing on this could be huge. The timing on this could be absolutely massive. They have no idea that Nissim's here. He can't finish the kill, though, and then overcommits. The second swing costs him damage on the Maka, but it's not enough, and now the Op's alone. The Op is in danger. First player found dancing around the pillars. Sadzin, though, eventually overwhelmed. Just too many crosshairs to dance between. That means that a retake required of unarmored players. Lux, the only one with any real firepower here. Dumao can get the upgrade to the A1S. Do they want to commit it? They're going to try. They're going to give it a look. Maka holds the line. Noise made, but right now it looks like Legacy are just waiting for an overextension. Without the kit, they cannot waste this time if they actually mean to go for this retake. So the time has been missed. The window is gone. One extra kill. They're going for these eliminations, but it's not really going to change the alchemy. Dumao loses the A1S, and while there are no survivors, there's plenty of money to rebuy. Well, we'll see if it costs them the chance to close in regulation, or if they could do it with the lesser guns. You mentioned it before, John. They've been good on some of these limited rounds. This one's not so limited. Would be a hell of a time to find your gumption. Dumao trying for a swing, but it's desperation on the spray. The flashbangs are good, and now Lux is gone. That was the cost. A player committed at sandbags. Dumao coming back in to support his teammate. These two musketeers, the dynamic duo that's been together for so many years, trying to hold the line here at B, but Dumao is sectioned off by smoke, and this time he will not find the magic spray. The bomb is down. His teammates must rally around him to try and keep this here in regulation. They've got some nades for the retake. How much I can say for them, but they don't have Dumao. So Nissim and Sadzin have to do it all. Smokes to section some things off. Nades for the back of sight. A Molotov to force out Nubox. There is room to work. There's that Molotov deployed. Should eliminate the first, but it cost them. Body finally exterminated, but two players here in the corner. They'll never expect it, and Exorcist brings us through. We need more rounds.
So we'll see if that's enough to get them across the finish line here in overtime, but they don't want to be in OT in the first place, of course. Sadzin misses a big shot there. Dumao's there to support, but Dumao also gets nothing, and now Sadzin's really isolated. He has to fall back. Has some support from Lato, but Lato only gets one. 3D Max have the site.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. And teammates haven't rotated into support, which tells me I don't think they will. Nissim's still sitting on the porch. I say they didn't have to worry about the money, but technically, if you want to sustain and you lose that first round as a CT side, there is a benefit to save. Money's not infinite. There's just a lot of it. But a garden well tended will continue to flourish, and so Legacy will...
Here. Looks like they want to get aggressive down Banana, or at least have that util thrown out. And yeah, they immediately double back after the util is thrown. A couple of smokes, in fact. But look at the bracket control that 3D Max has already gained. There's only one player at A. They're all crossed up at that B site, our Legacy.
They got a ton of room. I don't know what's going on here. They're
I don't know either.
Utility. Whatever it is, they've left a massive window, and 3D Max are walking right through it.
What's happening?
Lux, out of luck, perhaps in this one. Lucky not to get sprayed down through that smoke. This bomb hasn't even made its way through. 3D Max couldn't believe their luck. They keep expecting that somebody's going to be here. Surely there has to be somebody here.
Well, yeah.
Surely there has to be some extra element, some surprise. And no, it's just this nucleus fumbling around back in spawn. Bomb down. John's frustration growing, so you got to imagine they're feeling it in the server.
Yeah.
And I mean, at this point, you might as well hunt. There's no this save. There's no real point
reason to save.
There's no reason.
I'm starting.
This one's gone. You could justify one save at OT.
Yeah.
You kind of lost the plot. Lux can drop it off certainly. Sadzin can buy it himself. Legacy feels like they've just been overloaded here in the OT.
I mean, nerves, yeah, overloading them for sure. And you see Maka just standing there, strafing along with his AK. taking care of business after the Molotov's thrown.
You need to talk it through. If Legacy can get one bang on round here, that gives them a chance, but it's going to need to be good. Lux alleviates some of that pressure. Lux is still stuck around. He can deliver flashbangs for his teammates over that cross smoke to allow the peek. Double Molotov in. Lotto finds safety, but the flames do spread, and now Dumao out. Lotto's in trouble.
Oh.
Eliminated. Nice entries from Body. Yes, the nade will get the trade, but with the site now lost, with the rotation still ongoing here for Legacy to get back into that retake, and with Lux tracked down through the smoke, situation's looking dire. 3D Max could complete the clean sweep of this half of OT. Unless Nissim and Sadzin can find a little bit of magic. Smoke up, not what Nissim was hoping for. Good flashbang, though, gets him the one, but the trade's instant. And they know that Sadzin had to be further away because of that thrown flash. So now coming through the smoke, Maka expects it, spots him, drops him. They haven't taken the bait. An extra deep smoke, that's enough to coax them back. Okay, this is why Body was trying to show presence so far forward, because Legacy are thinking, why would he be dumping that smoke early? Usually, if you want to try and stall out for time, you save your smokes to throw at the choke point right in front of B. So now they make the move, but Nissim getting an opener keeps the options open for them. Clearing out that aggressive apartment's presence. Maka had backed away from it. Lux might find a handful. Only spots the one. They still could be coaxed forward. Nissim wants to give it another look, but they're headed in towards B, and maybe 3D Max have realized they've rumbled, but Body has nothing else to stall them out. He has nothing else to slow it down. The advantage is still going to be here for the retake, but the nade is going to be limited. Bomb's going to get planted. 3D Max will come sailing back in with the numbers. They have a couple flashes to make this happen. A nade just to pop that smoke. Didn't quite go deep enough. It's not two in the pool, though they're close to it. And this time, I'd imagine 3D Max will check. Dumao eliminates the first. Lucky a little bit ahead of his compadres. But Body now moving in tow. It's the double pool setup again. They're locked in. 3D Max have seen this before, but can they deal with it this time? They're running out of time. They're running out of clock. Body needed that kill, and it will not be happening.
All right. On the other side, 3D Max just need to pull together one round. And there's the tag, but not the bag. And Exorcise actually falls to Nissim on the lurk. That was towards mid. That's really good start here for Legacy into the round.
They need it. Anything that can remove variables, make this a little easier for them. They need it. Graviti isolated. His teammates trying to rally to his support, but for the moment, it's just one man on site. Lucky coming in, eliminated immediately. Graviti, only one on that spray down. And now it's the back off. Here's where that save actually becomes necessary. Maka with that op is sticking around to see if he can't piece together one. But this one's already done.
It's amazing how much more comfortable Legacy look on their T side, right? You know, a little less to think about, go for those entries, and Lotto and, Dumao and Lux out there looking for frags. Lux finds one, and they have the space they need to take A. It's just they were overthinking things so much on the CT side that it cost them what was a regulation win, and now could even be a win on the map. They are at least making a case for themselves by getting these 2 rounds on T side. And chasing wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea for them, given how much money they have and knocking out this op. But they stayed too close to the site, Mike, and 3 players are gone.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
Body has a 5-7. Body, you have money.
What's
Forget to buy. Oh my goodness,
no,
he forgot
AK.
to buy, but he's picked up an AK off of his opponents, and he might just be putting this to work. The 5-7 is enough. The 5-7 is plenty when you upgrade it to the AK-47. That's a bigger number right there. And it might just be the number that they need. They've got bomb control. Body just wants to keep on going. Lotto claiming his teammates, but Body is chugging up middle, and he's just slipped into the sewer tunnels. Oh boy. Body. This is a wild opportunity right now. Legacy are trying to think through the variables. How do we get this back? Done so much work. Only to see it slip here to a 5-7 push down banana.
The fucking gun.
And he's up, and he's out, but he can't find the spray! Body was biding his time, we thought, but no! He gives the opportunity back over, up on the line,
way.
destroyed! And how have they mounted this recovery. We're going for more. Body was not enough. Nothing was enough. Repeat, we've got Exercise in the pit. Support out from Moto. Maka waiting close by at the arch. Here comes the hit. Molotov for it. No, Maka nades graffiti down. Something's gone horribly wrong there. He must have died with the pin pulled.
Bomb has been planted.
Unclear what that chain of events was, but whatever it was, it's a disaster for 3D Max, and they're going to immediately be backing away. So that is not how you wanted to get going.
I was just checking if it was a full moon in Dallas, Mike. It is not even close.
There happened some crazy thunderstorms, though, so maybe something crazy's happening.
I don't know.
They got money to play with, so why not bring extra nades into the fray? And Body really wants to get right stuck into this. Committed. Deep down banana. Does he go overlooked? He does indeed. Strikes for 1, 2. Make it potentially a third. Damage has been done. Now this Molotov, too late to pluck him away. Lucky can chime in, and it's all falling apart for Legacy. The aggressive plays from 3D Max getting back to what's in their DNA. And a tag up from Maka means Nissim now so low that he cannot hold on.
To bring this across the finish line, 2 would be great for them. Legacy, have something else to say about that? Oh, if only he knew. Sadzine fired. Lux gets the immediate trade afterwards since Sadzine's gone. 4v4 nade sailing through. They're trying to push up aggressively, but Lucky takes down Lux like it's not a problem at all, and it will be a 4v3.
How is he alive? He's desperately thinking, oh, please let this Molotov fade. I'm out of here. He's gone. I swap back away from the second op, so now on the back foot here for Legacy. With their struggles on the defense, you'd imagine they are not loving the possibility of 2 lost rounds here. Lato has had so many moments before. Can he spark the fire once again here, John? That's the question we have to ask. Could it be it? Taking the space on in. Blinded up. Dumao still finds a kill. It won't be Lato this time, but out of bullets for Exercise. And now it's a 1v2. Nissim and Dumao demolishing this defense. Nissim on the line. Maka coming back in. Bomb planted. Ticking away. Maka with that scope. Blocks the first. Dumao dancing. Flying through the air. Maka trying to seize him from it. The scope peers on in. Back of the fountain here. It's Maka who looks for the close. Here's the snap. Wary that a player could have gotten out into new box. He spotted a pixel. He didn't realize, but he knows in time. Spots the flank. And that will be enough.
Let's see if Legacy have a little bit more confidence on their CT side here in the second OTR. Can show something more than they did previously. It's been rough, and it gets rougher with Lucky finding the opener. Dumao's in a lot of trouble. He throws the smoke down, but it's too late. He dies in the Molotov, and now it's a 5v3.
The mental error is again costing Legacy. Thinking that he had safety from that Molotov. Anything but. Just fully burns. Unnecessary death. These have been the moments that have cost them, but let's see if the hero play can come through. Spots on the first. Sadzin knows. He sees. Wants to peek back in, but at this point, it's too much of a risk. Thinks about it off the flashbang, but thinks better. Smoke down to protect here at towards Moto. He's got a teammate in pit, Nissim. But he's forced wide. That shot will not find its mark, and now Exusees capitalizes. It all falls to Nissim. The fate of the map effectively on his shoulders. 1, 2, claimed. Nissim eventually brought down, but he gives Lotto a chance. And Lotto slips in just as Maka pulls off. Timing could be perfect, but Maka will not miss his shot. 1 more round.
Been kind of surprised with their hesitance to take those fights towards Banana, right? Like they throw the util and they just fall back and take more passive positions. I think it would benefit them to try and take an early fight. Usually you'd see Lux perhaps more willing to do so, but he's over at the A site here in the cubby.
This might be their last chance, so they'll save that for the demo review. It's Lux for the moment. Overlooked, and he gets 2. The bomb dropped in his lap. Now seizing from Boiler, it's Lux to bring them all!
Should have never questioned them, Mike. Should have never questioned it. Lux waiting in cubby. Skin of their teeth, their claws are dug into the edge of the cliff saying, we're not letting go. We got to keep going here. Trying to push this one to triple overtime. Oh, body. Is he going to be the hero finally? 2 frags immediately. Sadzine and Nissim are gone. 5v3 in the first 15 seconds.
We've seen this before, though. 3D Max cannot let another one of these opportunities slip away. Cannot let what body has given them escape their grasp. Lux tucked in the corner. He found his moment in the last. This time he's uncleared again! And he makes it happen! A double man, a triple man spray down! Lux! Again delivering! But it falls just to Dumao. 1 man versus 2. That bomb's getting planted. Knows he has his moment now. Maka in the mini pit. Going looking, going peering spots. They have the information. They have the information. Molotov to limit him. They might just keep him from getting activated this entire time. And Dumao, realizing that that's a risk, is going to try and rotate around.
So
Just choose up precious seconds, though. Maka's gone to the rifle. They both got the right idea. They know this. They know this. On the timing. There's the damage. There's the kill. Body licked away. Lucky closes. 3D Max. They sustain. They complete the comeback. They bring it into overtime. They go for one more. But in double OT, finally, 3D Max claim Inferno. That's not really going to net anything. They wanted to go fast in towards tunnels to see if that could have been caught on the cross. The idea is if Maka kills 1, maybe even 2 on the cross, or just spots that it's 1 and not much else, they're going to funnel right into B. As it is instead, they adjust towards the door, and with the smoke and the flash, this is likely to be a split. And Lux has the right idea, trying to come in to support his teammates here. As he backs away.
I mean, on pistol is a pretty good angle to hold from CT, right? Because the smoke's not usually there, but okay. Well, there's that smoke. Never mind.
No, it certainly is. And will they try to spam on through? The dualies are deleted, but punching holes in that smoke, they can spot. Lotto now holds court, and Lotto will not miss. 3 deadly assassinations here on B, and while he is finally taken to his grave, it may just be to allow a bomb plant. Lucky will have the space. He'll punch in the numbers quickly. But a retake is on. Money made, money secured at the least for 3D Max, but against 3, what can you do? Not enough. That's for sure. There are certain tropes that we all fall into. There's plenty of them that we fall into as casters. But sometimes it's important to think beyond those. Again, we get the cross smoke thrown. This time, Lux isn't close to it either. So it's going to need to be Lotto stepping up again, though a smoke pops perfectly timed. Lux from a distance still has the same impact. Now Nissim flying out the doors ends this round. Lucky, you don't have much to play around here. Your teammates did not make any sort of dent in this control.
4th round of play. Legacy. 4 players up cat. And you have 3 players posted up for 3D Max here. They've got the guns out. Sadzine, or excuse me, 3 players posted up for Legacy. They got the guns out. Sadzine's got the AWP. Maka on the other side has the op as well, and he's going up with this cat push. Body gets the opener, Mike.
Sadzine had an angle, had to turn for the flashbang, still finds the kill, manages to snap back, and Lotto winning that duel in towards mid now means 3D Max are very limited in how they can approach this. They got to shoot their way out of it, and they've done so successfully for the first. Should guarantee them a bomb plant. Should always being a little bit of that operative word, but this time it holds true. Maka on the line. He's only got 1 player here on Cat. I thought Lotto might join up with them, which would have made this fight difficult. But with the isolated player, don't want to risk it too much against this up. But Graviti is playing this very dangerously. Sticking wide on it, knowing that this will be the unexpected spot. He's taking a risk, and it pays off. Takes out that Albright. At this point, Lotto's in so much trouble. Drop down a pawn, and 3D Max are on the board.
I mean, 3D Max trying to put pressure on it, but that's not where they're going. As they lean in towards the upper tunnels, it'll probably be a B hit.
Here comes that hit. Smoke to create a little bit of space, and yeah, they're not even going for the mid element, so this looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward. 50 seconds on the clock, still technically the ability to bail out. That possibility is quickly slipping away. They haven't seen enough to make them commit, but Nissim finding that 1 kill early before they make it through the choke point. That's going to be huge. Ooh, nice scout shot. Almost looked like it was a kill, and that certainly will be. And now Nissim continues to hold court. Done so much damage. Meanwhile, the rotation is on. That scout tag can't land. But a bomb plant here seems a far possibility, and Lotto will make sure of it.
Going into this round, they're scrambling along the map, and they've got presence at mid. Looks like they want to repeatedly gain this presence at mid.
Otto's on fire right now.
Oh yeah.
Gonna have to hold off while that incendiary extinguishes. Flashbang through the angle. If they get a smoke up on this, maybe there's a chance that we've seen the pops get away from them before. Nissim is the only HE that is not close to this smoke. There is a gap. That's very nice coordination. The M4 pops some holes so that the op can spot, finds the timing, and now the swing out from Lotto.
Wow.
Another multi-kill round.
Lotto is feeling himself right now. That is something else coming through. I mean, yes, it's just the anti-eco frags, but still, I mean, you can see how on point his spray control is, his crosshair placement, everything is phenomenal from Lotto. And this is what I was alluding to, right? If you have your players that were hot in Inferno, continue it on Dust 2, you can pick up rounds.
This is some pain coming in for 3D Max as well, right? You consider how much they gutted it out on Inferno. I can't imagine they would love to do the same here.
Right.
Graviti taken out by the blue
God.
box. Sadzin pops that smoke and pops a Lucky's chest. And he's continuing to tag up. So Sadzin's finding his form as well. Things are all coming up roses right now for Legacy. All the win conditions are hit and body. Gonna try and be the hero here, but there's just so much to get past. Gotta deal with the op. You gotta deal with Lux here in spawn. If you get past that, well, congratulations. You gotta face with Lotto. Nissim's holding on behind him. This seems a nigh impossibility. Dumas made his way out long. This is expected. Did Body just spot this? He did. He knows now, certainly. And there's a flank on in Maka. It's a freebie here. That applies a little bit more pressure to it, but how do you link back up? Going out towards long would mean that you have to get past Sudzin. Finds a spot for the util. It's a smoke for the A site. Lands where they wanted it to.
Yeah.
I think Lux might be finding an angle over it. He does indeed. Nicely done from Lux. Identifying what they had. And now Maka out of time. Out of chances. 20 seconds. Is he going to attempt this or just try and stick him to the save? Seems like save is the answer. Without a lot of awareness of where he could be coming from, Legacy might just give it to him.
Just, yeah, if they can keep it going throughout the entirety of the tournament, that's great. It's, and I don't want to take anything away from BCG, but it's BCG. Like, you kind of expect FaZe to farm there. And
there will be tougher challenges.
Yes.
Into the next round.
Yes.
They'll have to play the loser of the Heroic Falcons game. And that one could be a tough challenge indeed. Now, that being said, it's just nice to see a classic simple game.
Yeah. Now, let's do it against the top 10 team.
John, with your demands and your standards. Look at this. Swing past the doors. Dumel taking some risks. I think I'm missing all of the information as well, but he's still going to put a smoke down. And that means that 3D Max, they have this toe hold in through mid for body. But how do they capitalize on it? Another split B. They have liked this split B. Little rinse, little repeat.
It's
like we're gonna go.
I mean, the only problem for them is Latos here. Like, he's been such a good piece. Nissim could go down immediately. Nope. He gets the frag and gets away with still 47 HP. Some util can be tossed here. No, they don't have any left. Body gets the frag onto Nissim. Now it's Lato under a ton of pressure and will be overloaded by Body. You see the three remaining players from Legacy are trying to work their way back in from CT, and Dumal actually manages to get one on Nectar Cease. So this will make it a little more viable to go for the retake, but they still have so much space to cover. Yeah.
Look at the rotation that's going on right now. It's just going to take so long to get him here, and now a tag onto the ankles of Lux. his Achilles heel sniped away, they're going to back off and just play contain. They were considering it, but yeah, this is the tipping point. Interesting for Legacy that I feel like they finally got exploited on how far back they were holding the mid presence.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we had seen Sudzin and Lux able to compensate for some of the distance that they were giving them, using shots through the smoke, using nades to smoke pop, and in this round where the utility was a little bit more depleted, the fact that they wanted to keep those players more towards long, towards ramp.
Terrorists win.
Nissim wants to push. I'll put this up. Scam on his shoulders, can't land the shot, but unpunished, he at least gets another go around. Reveals that there is that all presence on B. Hop it over to Lato. Little Bogdan's Law action here at IEM Dallas. One of the eternal tenets of Counter-Strike. Lux on the line. Zero's in 2. Massive find now. The op can support from behind. That nade maybe doesn't find where it's supposed to go, but a little bit of comfort here for Lux, and they are backing away. They are repulsed fully. Nissim, meanwhile, has gobbled up space here in the tunnels. 50 seconds on it. They don't expect this. They don't expect this. Ecstasy had an idea, but he was not ready. And that was just full chaos and pandemonium. Where do you even go, John? You have to clear everything.
I mean, they don't even have any util. I would even say a save should be called in this situation. Maybe they'll play for a pick here at long. Maka does. Yeah, as soon as you miss that, there's really no reason to go back in. He still does. 27 seconds left. What can you do? And now Maka's lost. The big piece in the round is gone. And Lucky eventually accepts his fate to try and save, and should be fine to do so if he gets out of the mid position. And there he goes. Yeah, that's just another great hold by Lux this time towards the A side. By himself, fended off those two players and pushed them completely off A. And I love the maneuvering from Nissim, right? They must have had comms saying, look, they're coming towards A. They're trying to execute here. So he takes up all that space into the tunnels.
Brings through that space, and it allows a little bit more confidence from the information standpoint. And this has turned into a really damn nice half of Counter-Strike. Maka collects on the scout. All right, snatches Nissim, and now they're going to need to rally, because now this might just be the fast play in towards the tunnels. Quick utility. At least silences that for the moment. I think that was a Molotov that came in that forced the T smoke to pop a bit early. So they don't have the beachhead to go out on B. This nucleus of players is shaping up in towards middle. We can see it from all sides. 2 on the catwalk, 1 on the doors. And 3D Max bringing the numbers as well. This could get spicy. Some chances. There's the one. Body connects. Big danger on for Lato. He's got support coming in, but they both have ops. And against the pistols, eventually they're overwhelmed. Rifles, even one better. But a swing into Sudzin gives up Lucky's life. It means this is back to a 2-on-2. But there's no presence on A. So as Maka snatches that away with the scout, now he can get an upgrade. Now he can get the big scope. Actually, he'll just leave it behind. Doesn't even want to slow down. Wants to make sure he gets this plant. No time to waste. And so Lux, they want a clutch of him. He thought they were going to rotate all the way back around, but he thought wrong. So now Lux has a lot of work to do to get back on towards A. Certainly the money to spare means that he could justify this without issue.
Sure.
Fumbling about, running out of time, running out of chances. He's got to get a move on if he's going to do it. Desperate nade. Spray on the first. Down to the 1. Maka stuck on the scout as well, so he needs the headshots. And Lux will have them all. Nothing for you, 3D Max. Lux will not allow it.
And will allow Legacy to get their 8. Now back to the guns are 3D Max. Again, that was their half buy. That wasn't their full commitment. And they're going to try and rush B? Really? At this stage? Nissim is going to get 2. Lux pinches into the upper tunnels on Graviti. Nissim trying to collect another one. It doesn't. Lucky finally trades him out, but that is a bold call from 3D Max, given how things have gone so far.
When in doubt, rush it out.
I guess.
3D Max try, but yes, certainly stifled here by Nissim. And now everybody's going to work together here on this Legacy side. They give it the tunnels control. They just want to pelt it all from the same angle. Choke point util does make this difficult in the space between the blooms. Lucky can snatch one more. Nade pop on it. Lack of vision. They're starting to run out of time here.
Gotta go.
Molotov on. There's just more nades than they ever would have expected. Lucky pirouetting. Sticks the landing. And now the time has run short. And 3D Max in this chaos, in this B rush. They have finally found their third round. No survivors. No mercy.
Off of what was a bit of a failed B rush, it still works out for them in the 2v4 clutch. They're just gonna go fast again, Mike. Right up cat. They're already towards A. Not messing about.
If at first it succeeds, try it again. Seems to be the answer here. Rush B, rush A, nothing else working. Well, simplify. Go back to the basics. Lato, gone. One of the big pieces to deal with, and now these spray downs effective. No defense able to withstand. And it is the final round of the half, but 3D Max at least giving themselves a cushion. Something to work with in the second. Legacy, they put together a hell of a campaign. But this one seems to be too much to ask. We say that, though. We've had some magic moments. There's no Lux this time. They'll have to create the light themselves.
What? Oh.
Suds in.
Hello? Suds in?
Trying to spot. Trying to find something. Eventually caught. A swing back in. And Nissim only for the one. The half closes, but 3D Max might have just found a chance. Body could get overwhelmed on the angle. That would maybe be the easiest path towards a bomb plant in this one. But they're going to try and risk mid, and Maka fumbles the spray there on the initial. Can't quite find the recovery, so Dumao instead wins that engagement. Now the B players are in trouble. Body helping out. Little spam through the smoke, but Suds in holds the angle to great effect. Look, he's the edge of the smoke. They don't know he's here. Reveals for one, but the spam is going to prove to be too much. Tried to get away with it. Thinking maybe they wouldn't know where he had struck from. But a 2-on-2 in recovery on the site. Retake on here. XCC's looking for the first over the big box. He'll find the planter instead, and now Lux reveals himself. Has to get a reload off. He's down to 37. That means Body has made his way in. Footsteps confirmed, though. An even duel, and Lux is just not missing here on Dust.
He gains himself the space, and he's got support from Lux. So they're playing the buddy system here. Lux actually dealing all the damage. 4K for Lux. What a spray down.
That's nice. As the IGL, he does have rights to those ecos. Smoke fades in towards middle. Swing back out from Body. That was ambitious. And who else but Lux is there to punish? 19th kill found. Space here in towards middle allowed for Nissim. Lucky is dumping util, but it's too little too late. They're trying to bait out the peak because they know they got players on the line, and Nissim gets exactly what he was hoping for. B defense is gone. This round, a disaster. And Legacy with that will be finding map point, and there is nothing that Maka and XRCs can do but pray that their guns will make it through. And their prayers going unanswered for the moment. It falls just to Maka. That bomb planted down. Maka. That's where the approach is coming from, but there's simply too many to deal with. No rifles saved. 3
MP9s of Hamas and a scout, and they've already lost one. Lux just going out there towards long, takes the fight, wins it. He's got the 20 bomb, and he's looking for more now, spamming through the smoke, breaking it open a little bit. Exorcist waits on the other side. He is in a very vulnerable angle. The smoke pop comes through, and luckily for him, he was fading off towards CT. Otherwise, he might have been the next casualty here for 3D Max.
Dire Straits. Anubis on deck. A peer over for Maka, but he needs to connect some headshots here. It's the only way back in. Not popping the shot just yet. Util to continue to harass. They have kept these players pretty contained out towards long. Legacy, you don't want to take forever here. But now presence being shown in towards middle. This is Nissim just trying to create a little bit of a distraction. They still see the player in pit. So I don't know that they're taking the bait too much. But here comes the move. Now they start to stake the space. You want to leave players behind to deal with Nissim. That's a massive kill to find because Graffiti sees that there's nothing else. So now they know it's this long to approach. It's only this element to the game. But we've seen Legacy win these even scenarios so many a time. They're getting purchase on the ramp. Defensive smoke deployed. XSC's around the edge of that. Finds Lato. Looking for more. Follows it up. XSC's putting in work. Dumao eventually will re-even the numbers, but there's only 13 seconds. They need to get this bomb planted. Originally, Sadzin was supposed to be for the post, but now he needs to clear some space.
Okay.
It falls to Graviti. Here in the clutch, bomb will be stuck, I think, just in the nick of time. And as he tries to gain the angle, Sadzin will delete. We're going the distance. We're going to Anubis. We're going all the way.
I mean, you saw the individuals standing on their head there. Lux and Lato delivering time after time. And even in that 2v4, they came out and they managed to pull it through. Yes, there was the utility and hardware limitations on the CT side, but still an impressive recovery. See if 3D Max can collect themselves on a map that, well, they did have a 13-4 against Gamer Legion, but we can't forget FaZe and Aurora. Those matches are, well, they don't want to talk about them for sure if you ask them. Anyway, Dumao is going to get one here to open things up. Graviti finds the immediate trade as they're trying to explode into the A site. Are 3D Max with Sadzin popping off for one is under a ton of pressure. Finally will go down. Nissim hoping to support. They overlook him at Cake, Mike.
Making a birthday out of that cake. Graviti dancing around it. Finding himself his kills, looking for more. But no chance at the bomb plant, no chance at the round. Quick read and response. We've still got Maka make his mid-roads in towards mid. But we're sub a minute, so he needs to make a move on if he's going to help out his teammates. In the meantime, they try and take this control. E-box drops on down, and eventually Maka comes through as the hammer. But Dumao is still here in defense, and his teammates are rallying to his side. Tucking in by Glyph. Dumao trying to find the space, can't hold him off, but he's got good damage. The health is dire. Nades, Molotovs, all going to be effective here, but it'll have to be the guns, and those guns come sweeping in quickly. They know where Maka is. They know where Maka is, and he just doesn't want to sustain a fight. It will take the ace. Maka, see if he can be the magician here. Sadzin looking to pull off a little bit of a trick, but they realize he doesn't actually have angle on this bomb, so Sadzin can hold the angle. Maka has to swing, and Lato will just defuse right under his nose. The ace, not quite. The round, certainly not. Able to withdraw unpunished. They don't strike off of it. They're trying to invite them in, knowing that this was the triple stack in, but it was just body. So instead, it's pressure on towards B. Comes the hit. Needs to stand strong. Do they know there's a second player here? They certainly do. Advantage, finally, for 3D Max. The body lost on the lurk means a chance at this retake is on. Appear on in. Lato. So much damage. A kill as well. Maka low. Sadzin finding purchase, finding space. That op can't save Maka. It falls to Exercice. He's got the one. Looking for the headshots, and he's got them all.
Oh boy, Exercice. Just feels like 3D Max want to keep going where success has
Can he get aggressive?
yielded to them.
Flashbang to the peak. Doesn't really catch, but also Dumao doesn't die. So that's nice. Bit of information that it's likely coming this way, and now Dumao on the second swing. This time, success. They're flooding in towards E-box, but Exercice is chiming up the kills.
That's the bomb.
That is the bomb. Sadzin doesn't have a lot of health to defend it. Doesn't have armor either, but if Lato can make this a little bit easier for him, it's come down to the 2v2, and he strikes at the right time. No one's looking. Comes out of the clutch. Sadzin swings, and Sadzin knocks it out of the park. Damage has been done onto Maka. There's still quite a bit of room to work with. This duel on the A-main smoke feels like it's going to be important. If Lato can win this, defense can hold quite strong. If not, Dumao likely to get pinched. And here comes that pinch, but Dumao strikes first. Late to activate for Exercice. Now coming on through. A player creeping in towards heaven. That's Lux.
3 players A.
Dumao ready to defend. Lux strikes, and one after another. The attackers are eliminated. Dumao, hell of a round, holds very strong indeed, but they gave him the spacing here, John. That coaxes them back out of this. I don't really see much apart from that one nade, but want to show a little bit of presence here at the E-box. And this is where the numbers are. We can see that mid has been left vacant for the moment. The Dumao will go back to correct that. Lux a chance to rack up the kills here. Faces against the Deagle, loses that engagement. Now an AK given over to the one player with armor as well. Maka could be a problem. Unless Nissim holds court. Eventually gone, but Dumao has arrived in time. And Lato comes into support as well, so the moment seems to have been lost here for 3D Max. The bomb's stuck in B main, cannot escape, and the one more kill may come through. It will not tilt the scales of the round.
And it goes against the way we see 3D Max usually like to play, right? They like to take those aggressive fights, like to get into the face of their opponents, and right now they're kind of doing anything but in the way they've been servicing themselves here on Anubis. And there's that smoke that's blocking off their advance towards A main for now. Then they're going to flash through, and it doesn't work at all. Lux deletes Gravity and Exorcise without them doing much of anything. Now Dumao's traded out, and they're going to try and pinch in from camera. But they kind of changed their minds here and instead move into Palace. They kind of got themselves locked into mid, but it does work out with Maka releasing some of the pressure, Mike.
Nissim just overcommitting maybe into that spray. They realized, wait, if we can take that one, oh, there might not be much, but there's Sudzin. And Sudzin finds the kill he needed, and now he can duck out. These are the two low HP players. Yes, they'll get the bomb planted. Now he can come thundering back in with numbers. He's got reinforcements. He's got his players with him. Ooh, and they're going to make a move. They're all coming from the same space. This could get a little awkward, but as Maka tries to clear out the E-box, he finds it comes at a heavy cost. A few more dust bunnies in there than he expected, and he cannot sweep this away. A retake, a defuse, a 7th round here as this goes from bad to worst for 3D Max.
Then you're done. They do get spotted, but they don't miss their shots. That is what Legacy was doing so well throughout this entire series, and they continue to do it here. 3D Max, they need rounds, they need them fast, and they continue to lose opening duel set scene, this time with the op onto body. Gravity waiting around the corner with Maka, and they do manage to pull it back into their favor. 4v3, pushing into camera. Lato deleted as well.
Oh boy, finally some success, and it comes from the young gun lighting the way as the entry. Gravity stepping up. They need somebody to do it.
Oh, that's huge.
Better late than never in this half. Nissim, I think, might have seen this. He did indeed. But it still cost him his life. One man against the world here for Lux. Damage matters if he can find it. Rare situation where the CT should hunt.
There are utility limitations here now on the Legacy side. Hardware as well with a couple of FAMASas. And you see aggressive posturing from Lato and Sudzin here into A main. That's crazy how far forward they are. Imagine a smoke's going to fly through here or something. For 3D Max, they're not going to peek this dry, right? They're not just going to... There it is. There's the flash.
There's the flash.
No, it doesn't work.
Still hits the timing, but Lato is lost, traded out, and the space is lost as well. So now Sudzin is daring them to charge in after him. Because look at this, they've got Lux on the flank. Lux thinks better of it. Surprised, honestly, that he's given this up, but he's wary that there could still be B-main presence. Sudzin dips back in. Can't quite escape, stopping to throw that nade. That costs him Dumao, though.
Oh, no.
Out by the HE, and now Lux is coming on that flank, but he's a little bit too late. Nissim wants to hold the line with the FAMAS. The bomb will cross to be planted, and a nade to chase to chunk down some health, and Lux is taking the long way around. So they'll be able to get back into the posts, but now Lux wants to go quiet on this approach. Upgrades to the AK. That might have given up the audio cue, actually. Certainly did now. So the fight into camera. Now they know where the last player's coming from. And a clutch required of Lux. They don't need to peek. They know they don't need to peek. Can wait for the tap on that bomb. Confident enough in their spot. In their placement on the spray. Tap on. And then comes swinging off, but as Lux emerges from the smoke cloud, a 5th round emerges with him for 3D Max. Where did those just get tossed? In towards middle.
Mid.
3 decoys mid. Interesting. I don't know that it's shown too much confusion here. I like the idea, I suppose, but now it all falls to Lato. Let's see if he can pick this up. Finds a 1. Brings it down to a 1v2. I mean, this is starting to feel a little on. Expects the drop. Has the right idea. Making footsteps, though. Better get that gun out. Makes it. Problem is that Exorcise is right here, so he's going to know. Here's the check. Ooh, lives. Now he knows. If he can get out of this angle, he spots them both. He knows he has the bomb plant. Oh, boy, Lato, this is on. This is very much on. And Exorcise isn't going to want to make the move before his teammate gets in here. So here comes the plant on the cake. That much secured is already heroic. But he comes off of it. He comes off of it too early. Thinking they were closer than they were. Let's see if he can clutch it up. No!
Oh, he knows it. He knows it. You see him with his hand on his head like, oh, man. That's Exorcise. I imagine he'll be calling for Lucky from camera. And that's exactly what happens. Still, numbers-wise, Legacy will have the advantage if they execute here.
That section's off Nissim. He's stuck. He's stuck. Ah, it's great usage of the utility to isolate the fight. Get yourself a nice early numbers advantage. Yeah, they committed a lot of nades to it, but it was worth it. See what else they got. Reposition out towards Cake. A little awkwardly timed, but the slow peek from Sadzin both drops the bomb into their lap. And gives another kill over. C4 can be retrieved. Dumao's taking some interesting space. Does he brave the smoke? He's gonna. Nope. Thinks better of it. Feels like they need something. A save's been called.
There's no time. No time at all. Tried to regress twice out of A main, and twice they were rebuffed. Now a little bit of a chase from 3D Max. Dumao punishes that for one frag, but now they know where he is. That AK is really valuable, and it's gone. No chance. And Exorcise will find himself dropped to dirt as well, so maybe some guys get saved over. I don't know. That last one was a little vulnerable too, but I think it made it through, Mike. And
one would expect.
Yeah, they should still be fine for the buy-up in the next round. And who knows, they might be able to do something here. They have been pretty solid on these limited buy-ups throughout the entire series.
Certainly a lot of explosion. Look at the space that's been allowed to them on B. It's just body, and he gets erased on that smoke pop fight. The bomb crosses, makes it over. Nade trying to find him, but it's way too late on the throw. Even if it gets the kill, it don't. Certainly doesn't deny the bomb. Health is low for 3 of these players. They are the walking wounded. HEs might just be enough. Somehow Dumao slips the gap. And now look, even if those crosshairs have Glocks, 5 crosshairs is 5 crosshairs. Make that 4. But they're holding just enough. The pistol's doing the work. Lucky in a 1v1. He knows it's a Glock just on the other side, but he doesn't have time for the defuse. Needs to grab the kid. Needs to grab the kid. He's found it. He's got it. It's going to come right down to the wire. I think Lucky's got it. He does indeed. Snatches that away. A second to spare.
There's the opener from Sadzin off the broken smoke. Lucky deleted. Lux now walks in towards Canals, looking for more targets, but there's smokes rising off his vision. A little bit of spam forces Exorcise back off that angle.
Trying to bring that pressure in towards B. They're encircling the site, but this is the reinforced spot for 3D Max. Body trade nades, and his is a little more effective. Nissim gone, double swing there. Clears out E-Box, but the move back in costs. Body gone, Exorcise to follow. Maka, you'd imagine this might turn into a save. Bomb planted. Does he want to risk it?
No, I don't.
Wary that he could be getting wrapped here, and yeah, he's gonna back off.
I mean, you see it and you say, oh, they have the money, but still it's the op. It's so expensive, $47.50.
Yeah. And as we know,
save that and keep the economy healthy.
With minimal loss bonus, that money can go very quick.
Yeah.
Exorcise will need a drop. Setting up the util here. Looks like this wants to be a straightforward A exec. They're making sure the nades are in the right position. And while they were fumbling those nades, they're quite fortunate that there was no aggression out of the cave.
Ooh.
There was an Exorcise here in A main, and there's 2 players behind him as well. So they might think they have purchase here, but it's going to be challenging, and Maka's going to demand his pound of flesh. Lucky burned out, but Maka continues to connect shots. Eventually overwhelmed. The dance around the pillars brings this to a 2v2, but they don't know. Oh, but Gravini cannot land his shots. It falls to body now. And body straight into the scope. Sadzin confirms the round. Need the team effort if they're going to make a game of this one. Mortar strike out as the push comes out A main, and Dumao, 2 for 1, and Payne into the corner. Goodbye body. Nissim overloaded. Can maybe get some guns, but now out in the open without that armor behind it. Just have to be perfect headshots, and that's exactly what it is. Exorcise, he's giving himself a chance. He still can't find armor.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Can't do that. If only you could salvage vests off of your teammates.
It's in the next update, guys.
No, thank you. AK taken through would be a nice thing to have. Here's the footsteps. He's risking it. He's risking it for these exits. Oh, he wants one. And he's got both.
Wow.
Up can be retrieved. Money made. XLCs takes a huge risk.
Smoke's going to get tossed immediately, but Dumao doesn't care. He just charges right through it, right past it, in fact, before it even bloomed. They gain that space in the mid. Maka's waiting here. He's been the big piece for them, and he connects again onto Dumao, 5v4.
Lucky, take the angle. Through the smoke they go, straight into his gun barrel, and Lucky presses mouse one and is rewarded with a two-piece. Tag and a frag, and they have bagged Legacy here. 3D Max let them so close to this lead, but then say, no, maybe, just maybe.
Right outside of Canals. There's that opening pick. Lux through the smoke onto body.
You know, John, we've already had some OTs in this series.
We have.
Why not keep Vitality waiting just a little bit longer, you know? 3D Max say it's our time on the stage. We will not yield the floor. Legacy filing a motion here for a bit more time. Creep in for Maka.
Oh no, knife
Maka,
out.
What is this? 30 seconds. Thought that it had to be the B play. Decided to make a panic rotation. Now Nissim can show a little bit of presence. But here comes the motion. The patience from Nissim again works out, and it means it's all under Gravity. Smoke in his face to push him back. Nade to attempt for the pop. Take his timing. Take his timing. Molotov on, Incendiary to push Lux off of this, but he's going to commit to the bomb, knowing he has no time to spare. His own life may be forfeit, but he's giving his team a chance, and it all falls to XLCs, who's brought down to the clutch. Could he put this through? End this map?
Oh
No!
my god!
Dumao needs more rounds.
And really, Maka makes a very big misstep. Nissim capitalizing there by catching him off, lurking around that A site. But Maka this time, he wants to take the initiative immediately. Lux is gone, and as soon as he gets that, because he takes damage in that engagement, he will fall off, and Nissim's just going to take the space immediately. Oh no, he backs off now. Thought he might have just pushed through there.
Trying to catch above the smoke. Wary about giving up that next kill, knowing that for Legacy, they can recover from a man down. But you start to stack up those numbers. Gets risky indeed. Dumao's forced out by the Incendiary. But look at this. Sodzen's gained some space. I don't think they realize how far up he is. No, they don't at all. Body car reloading. Now Molotov down once the bomb makes its way over. This is a plant all but guaranteed. A 4-on-4 retake to try and keep this out of overtime. That's what's going to be required here. Smoke down. They need to get out of B main. Because the flank is oncoming, and right for the moment, Lato doesn't appear to have snatched his eyes around. He does in time, but he can't win the fight. So a number advantage here for 3D Max. Make that one more. Now you need a pop-off play. Dumao, Asadzin. Dumao wants to bring the fight towards these B main players. He takes the first. He doesn't know there's a second. He doesn't know. Exorcise hasn't been revealed yet, so a flank turn, a back turn, but all on Asadzin. Not with the op, this time with the AK. Maka creeps in and plucks him just around the corner. No more overtime. They went the distance. They did it the hard way on every damn map. But 3D Max progress on. They live. They survive. They continue at IEM Dallas.